Patsy and Ben Taggart are the daughter and son of John and Wendy Taggart, co-owners of Burgundy Pasture Beef. Both grew up in the family business and are highly involved in it today. Ben, a graduate from TCU Ranch Management Program, assists John in running the ranch in Grandview, Texas. Patsy, a graduate of Texas A&M, lives in downtown Dallas, where she runs the family's second retail butcher market in the DFW area. Burgundy's local, with her identical twin sister, Charlie Taggart. Welcome, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Jesse. Hi. So, y'all are wondering, why on earth are there two of you up there? Well, if you look on your schedule, it says from pasture to plate. He's the pasture, I'm the plate. I am not an expert on the pasture, and he is not an expert on the plate. With that being said, I'll give you a structure of kind of what our business looks like. It's very, very unique within our family. You're not going to see a lot of models like it. We're a beef market, basically. Ben helps Dad run the ranch, where we raise the cattle, finish them out on grass, and then we built a processing plant in 2004 where we cut and package all of our own meat, and then we have 2 retail locations. We opened one up in Fort Worth near downtown on West 7th in 2014, I believe. Yep. I opened that one. And then the one in Dallas, we just opened in November of 2016. So it's only been on its feet for about 4 or 5 months now. I opened that one as well. So I'll invite my brother up here. He can tell you a little bit about the ranch and what we do there and how Dad started that. And then we'll transition into the retail side of it.
As Patsy said, my expertise is just in the ranch part. The ranch is in Grandview. It's about 45 minutes south of Fort Worth. My dad began leasing the place in 1995, and when he arrived, it was 900 acres in plowed farmland, and there were some cattle on it, but it was the high input. I mean, had to manage it, and it needed a lot of work. And he ran some mama cows on it, and he did stocker operation on it, and then my mom and him, they had the idea that they were going to pursue this grass-fed. And so in 1999, he kept 13 head, and after he shipped a load, and he kept those, and he finished them out. And the business grew, but the ranch stayed the same size, and so that's why they needed to get away from what they were doing. The profit returns were diminishing as the industry grew. What he did was he took all this farmland and he transformed it over to native grasses slowly through the NRCS and the EQIP program. And through reseeding, whether it was broadcasting or reseeding with a Brillion seeder. And slowly but surely he took this farmland and created it back to native range. And it's took several years, and there's still several parts of it that need more, but it's a really slow process, but it's come a long ways. And but what we do is we get the cattle. We don't have the calves, the mama cows. We don't calve them out. We have signed affidavits from ranches that we contract with, and we purchase the cattle about 750 to 800 pounds. And when they're born, they receive their vaccinations, and they're on grass until they come to us. And when they come to us, they go straight out in the pasture, and they put their head down, and they eat grass, and that's what they do until they're finished. We finish our cattle to frame, and what that means is since there's several different kind of cattle, and they all finish at different sizes with how big they are and the breeds that are within them, some will finish at 1,100, and then some that I took one last week that was 1,510, and so it all depends on the size of or the breed of the cattle when they leave. But we have little to no doctoring. We have very few health issues with the way we do things with our pasture rotations and in our mineral program with diatomaceous earth in it. Parasites or internal parasites are not an issue. Our biggest health issue we'd probably have is every now and then we'll have a case of foot rot, and that's just an infection in the foot. And we can help that with kelp in their mineral. It's naturally high in iodine and has a complete range of amino acids, which naturally helps the cow fight off that infection. The rotational grazing, I said that's a big part of what we do. Right now we're in the process of refencing a lot of the ranch, so if you came out there right now and looked, it wouldn't make much sense. But we have a lot of cross fencing that goes in. My dad has his schedule in his brain. I've tried to figure it out. I haven't yet. it'll take many more years for me to get it down. But he has this process to where he goes through it, and he has these days where he sets it. They're in there for these days, and they come out. Depending on the size of cattle and how old they are, it determines how long they'll be in there. But the goal of the ranch, well, how we do it is you got to have valuable forage in front of them 12 months out of the year for this to work. And whether it's you got your green growing grass or you have your standing dry forage in the winter. And in the winter, when it is the standing dry forage, which it's not that high in nutritional value, but we will protein supplement with alfalfa. And I say protein supplement, it's not a roughage supplement. So there's no hay. Technically, it's alfalfa hay, but it's for the protein and not the roughage. But with that being said, that's about as far as my knowledge goes.